So Taurus VR is a retro space shooter reimagined for the VR era. And this is sort of love letter, to those retro space shooting games that we lived our childhood with. We wanted to play every day with our friends, and we love that sort of shoots of adrenaline that only these arcade games had, and we wanted to replicate that. Even if it's a retro game, these mechanics that the game have couldn't have happened in any other way. Which, what I mean by that is that it's very specific for it to be played in VR. It uses your body control movements to sort of move the ship. So you have the ship in front of you in third person, and then you have actually the guns themselves that you have in your hands, and you point on the targets, and there are some drones that the ship has that will shoot to where you point. In that sense, it's a very dynamic way of playing. You will definitely catch a little bit of a sweat if you want, and that would mean that you're actually playing right. Although I do love narrative games, this is not the narrative type, like the old arcade games. You just wanted to be in front of orders and orders of aliens, that they can't wait to destroy you. And basically what you do is like use your reflex and your weapons to destroy everything in your way. This is just awesome fun, uncomplicated. Just go for it and have a good burst of energy and an awesome time. The team in Nusakan is from the south of Spain, and we all met at a similar time in which basically I've been working as a digital creative in different digital platforms for 17 years, and I specialize myself in VR and AR just because I wanted to be like a really, really good creative director for VR and AR. And at the same time, the guys have finished their studies and specializing in Unreal for VR. So it was just the right time in which we were all like ready to do our project. We all had different experience in different things, and this was the VR project that we wanted to basically get involved and be our sort of introduction card to the world as VR game developers. So David is the lead programmer. Kuro is game designer and also programmer. Aitor, we call him the magician because he's the one in charge with particles, explosions, design as well, sort of user interface, all that. Javi, he's the modeler, and I'm sort of the creative director that does a bit of everything and nothing. I take care basically the art and help with everything else in all the sort of art development and art production side, as well as everything that's got to do with promotion, aka writing tons of emails. The reason why we did this game is because first, we had to be honest and clear and get a project in which we were able to add a lot of value, make it professional, but also be quite containable so it doesn't go out of hand, to be honest. Which is sometimes maybe the problem in small studios like ourselves. So in this case, retro games, they are experts in creating an ecosystem that is actually very solid, very fun, very enjoyable, but also so there's a lot of synergy between the mechanics, but not complicated. That was the key, Whatever we do, it needs to be simple, but it needs to be a lot of fun, and it needs to be done really well and really solid. So we based ourselves in games like Galaga, which is the old father, the old times classic. But also, for example, Afterburner, I think they were really awesome games, very dynamic and really mind blowing for their time. I guess the main challenge with working remotely during COVID-19 is basically we've got the family with us, and I've got a kid, another friend's got us, and another kid as well, and there's like one of them is living with their parents, and I think it's just basically finding your own little bubble where you can connect. That's always a little bit of a challenge. However, I've noticed that the first few weeks, it was a little bit on the clouds, trying to figure things out and getting to the pace. But after a little while, you find your way. You find you know when you have to work. The sort of optimal times to connect with the team. So it's just a matter of keep working and finding the way that works for everyone. Early access is a format that we really like because it's a way of introducing the community to the game and make them participant of everything that we're doing with it. Because we really love it, and we want we want to do the best game it can be. So we cannot do that without the community. So early access is a great way to get feedback and get a lot of people playing. When it actually comes to life, to have the game that everybody dreamed it was. Having said that, we always believe that early access games need to be solid. So if you buy an early access game, it needs to work well, and the core mechanics needs to be right and need to show exactly how the game is gonna play. So we're very mindful about that, and you will see that there's already a lot of content there, a lot more than you get from the usual early access, I think. We've got different spaceships. We've got the 4 worlds, 12 fighting zones. We keep giving more spaceships in every update and new gameplay modes. So I think the people will notice that's basically there's a lot of love and care behind this game. Yes, I mean, the game was never any other thing apart from VR. It started being a VR game, and we wouldn't have started if we didn't have a mechanic that actually works in VR perfectly. I think that's one of the keys of why the game is so fun. Everybody that plays it really enjoy the game, and it's because the mechanic itself, its core is pure VR. It couldn't be otherwise any other type of game. This update is very important for us because we bring in the season level, which is we build it from scratch, a brand new environment. It has new features which are designed to actually promote competition between players. The reason why we want to create season players is to show our commitment to the game, because basically we want to bring as many seasons as possible. The more seasons we do, it will mean that we have a healthy group of people playing it, and we want to hear what the people say and what they want to see in the season levels, because we want to do as many of them as possible, really. We also got a new spaceship, which is a really fun and crazy design, and it's bringing something a little bit new, a little bit other to this style of Taurus VR, which we quite like and want to see what the people think about it. Taurus VR is our first VR game. What we want to achieve with it is, get a little bit of recognition, get like a sort of seal of quality and fun games that allow us to basically keep producing games, which is what we love doing. We hope we can actually release Taurus VR in as many platforms as possible. If we do that, I think we will be really, really happy. We hope to launch in summer. Obviously, with this situation, things are a little bit difficult, but so far we hope to be on track to bring a lot of content before that. We hope to have to do at least 2 more updates, bring new modes, new spaceships, new world. But obviously, the more support that we have from the public and from the players, the more value we'll be able to add to the game. After launch, we hope to keep the content fresh with new seasonal events. What else comes to the table? If there's a crowd that wants to play the game, we will bring new things. That's for sure. And as I was saying, I think it would be awesome if we could sort of keep pushing the game into other VR platforms, so more people can enjoy the game, and we can keep doing what we love, which is making games.